Art Online, but without the budget. Basically, it's like a cheap version of Sword Art Online. So he's like a high schooler, and he gets on a bus. I know that this is gonna sound cool, but trust me, it's not cool. Okay, in the actual anime, it's not cool. So he goes on a bus, and I don't even know where his destination was, and he was like kind of like romanticizing about his friend. He had an accident in this bus, and then somehow his soul got transported into another world, which, by the way, I have no idea how that happened. Like, I watched 12 episodes of this anime and have no idea how his soul got transported from the first world to the second world. Super lame. And he really looks like the main hero from Sword Art Online. Now, I don't think that all Sword Art Online seasons were good, but I do think some seasons were really nice. Kid comes into the second world, and he's young again. He's a child. He's not a teenager anymore, and he somehow, like, in literally 5 minutes, he ends up saving a girl. He saved like 6 or 7 girls in this show, and every time he saved a girl, it was like from the stupidest reasons. I'll give you an example. So there was like this princess, and she was like really young. She was a kid like him in the second world, right? And she was kidnapped by a bunch of guys or whatever, and then he comes a kid as well, and he saves her somehow. Like, some shit happens, some magician causes an explosion or whatever, and they all died, and he came into the explosion, and he opened the bag, and he found this little girl inside, and he was like, he saved her, but he didn't know that she's the princess, but she was the princess. It sounds like very cool, but it's not, trust me. Like, everything that I'm saying, like, is being performed like in a very cheap way. That's like the anime. He's like being rewarded for saving this young girl. He's being rewarded by the king, and he receives like a royal title, and they allow him to study in their royal school. I know it sounds cool. Again, trust me, it's done so cheaply that even though the script kicks ass, the anime itself is just not interesting at all. Okay, so he goes to this school, and there is like this school teacher. And of course, this school teacher falls in love with him, even though he's like 8 years old. And the school teacher, she's like apparently 12 years old. Like, I don't know what's up with all these pedophile animes, but whatever. So they end up like becoming like really close, I guess. I don't understand like how they got close. Like, he didn't say anything that was interesting. They didn't even share any like important moments. They just drink a lot of tea together, and then they became best friends. And I was like, okay. And not only friends, like, she fell in love with him, with an 8-year-old kid that she's teaching. Can you say unprofessional? Anyways, so remember, he saved like a kid princess, and then the teacher fell in love with him. What other fall in loves he had? Oh, he went to this village, and apparently the head mistress of the village, she is his grandma, and she yeah, I know. I'm trying to wrap my brain around it because it's, trust me, okay? So his grandma, so the head of the village is actually his grandma. And he was like, oh, you're my grandma? And she's like, yeah, I'm your grandma. And he's like, oh, wow, da da da. And like, and since he is her child, he gets like special privileges. And there is this girl in this village, and she, of course, automatically falls in love with him like in 2 seconds. And I'm like, okay, like, this is like the 5th time that the girl falls in love with him. And I'm like, what did he do? What did he do to cause people to fall in love with him? I just don't understand. Anyways, So, and when I say fall in love, like they fall in love, like these people, these girls are willing to do everything just to make sure that he, to be around him. Like they even told him, there was like this one girl, she told him, like, you can treat me like shit and I will still love you, and I just want to be around you, please let me be around you. Like, are you kidding me? Anyways, and mind you, she's like, in the anime, he eventually grows up and he still gets like love offers from the age of 8 till the age of 18, I guess, or was something like that. And he has like 20 love offers by the age of 18. Like, who fucking are you? Like, seriously. Anyways, yeah, so he's just adored. He also goes to this spiritual village, and he has like this lady comes to him and she says to him, "Oh, I can smell a spirit inside of you." And because I can smell a spirit inside of you, you are the chosen one. You are the hero of the village. You are a god to us. And I'm like, okay, so let me get this straight. This kid, 8 years old, received like 20 love offers, serious love offers, mind you. He had been to 2 worlds. In one world, he had a bus accident. In another world, he saved like 50 people. I have no clue why he was transferred to another world. And I mean, it just sounds so whack, and I just can't. I just can't. I literally, like, my brain just can't think about it. Okay, my brain just literally stopped thinking because it's just so stupid that I just can't. I can't even remember it correctly. It's just too stupid for me to remember. Okay, so he has this thing where he tries really hard to be the next Sword Art Online hero. He, like, you know, flexes, takes his shirt off, like swing his sword around, and the ladies are watching and they're like, "Oh my god, you know, so hot, so sexy." And yeah, I just remember about that village that I was talking about earlier. So he goes to this village, and the headmistress of that village, not his grandma, that's another village. Like, I'm talking about a second village. So this headmistress of this village, she comes to him and she says like, "Oh, I smell a spirit in you, and you are a god to us." He literally reached that village like 2 minutes ago and already he is claimed as their god. Like, can you fucking explain to me what the fuck? Like, seriously. Just because somebody's powerful and has like a spirit inside, does that mean that he's gonna be kind and good? Like, he can be evil. Like, how would you know? How would he use his powers? Like, he literally just landed in this village like 5 minutes ago. Don't ask me. And also, when he was like doing sword training, like, all his body was covered in scars, and I was like, where did you get all of these? Like, where? Like, I didn't see him even battling throughout the entire anime, 12 episodes, and I didn't see him battling at all, and yet his body is covered with you know, slash marks from fighting with swords. And I'm like, what the hell, man? And he's like so good at using swords at the anime, apparently, and he doesn't even explain why. He does. I literally have no idea why he is good with swords. I have no idea. Literally, it was like the show started with him having a bus accident, literally giving zero indications about his personal life, and it was just like so effed. It was so effed. Okay, and yeah, again, he tries so hard to be the next heroine of Sword Art Online. You know, he has the walk. He doesn't really have it. He has the cheap version of it, but he tries really hard. Like he wears the hair color of Sword Art Online. He has like all these ladies fussing about, and you know he has like this whole shebang going on, and it's like his hairstyle and this like black and blue jacket that is very very iconic from the Sword Art Online. He has that. Also, wow, when I think about it, so in Sword Art Online there is the girlfriend of the main hero, and I forgot her name, Akuma, something like that, and she Asuna, I think Asuna, that's her name, and she has like this very long hair, and she has like these very white clothes. She always seems like very innocent, you know, outgoing, whatever. Very like shy and cute and innocent and just very romantic and you know sweet. Okay, sweet. Same thing with this Seirei Gensouki, whatever the hell that name means. There is like this girl that also tries to be Asuna. So he tries to be the heroine of Sword Art Online, and he has a girl that tries to be Asuna from Sword Art Online, and I'm like, come on, guys. I mean, come on, seriously. Anyways, my score on this show out of 10, 2. You know what? 3, just because sometimes it was a bit interesting. Like the script, like the person who wrote the script is so talented. The person who wrote the script for Seirei Gensouki is so talented. Like the script itself, like you can tell that the script is so smart and has like really interesting dynamics. I feel like they took the script and they cheesed it up. Like they made it as cheesy as possible, so it will, I guess, sell. But it's like this beautiful script that just got lost in this cheap, wannabe cheesy production. You know what I mean? So 3 out of 10 tops. So that's about it. Friends, feel free to, if you decide to watch this anime, Seirei Gensouki, even the name is like, you know, I don't even know what that means. I would love to know. So if you know what that name means, and you would like to, if you watch this anime, if you plan to watch this anime, share what you think about this anime. Does it seem interesting? Does it seem good? Or does it seem like shitty, cheesy, cheap copycat, you know? Yeah, so keep me updated, and I will try this anime review thing, or just like movie review thing, or whatever I feel like, and let's see how it goes. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see all of you around. Bye.